Hi everyone, Holly here, Psychic Medium. Thank you for being here and welcome to the channel. If so inclined, please like and subscribe the video. If you don't like it, that's okay too. There's a ton of readers and services to go around. And I've got my list and I am going to make a video soon of practitioners because I'm not doing private readings, but I know people who are and offering a variety of other services, and it can't be everyone. And I know a lot of wonderful, wonderful readers, but I'm going to make a video with a description of some services and what makes their service a little different than a traditional read, okay? That's coming at some point, I hope this weekend. All right, I just made a short about a spiritual reset button. And I do this, I had to do it this morning. I woke up grumpy, tired. I woke up tired, still a little puffy, and just feeling a little overwhelmed because I'm so used to just going in and doing what needs to be done and taking care of things. I've been hyper independent my whole life. And I'm in a work situation where I have to take a back seat and wait on other people to do what they need to do. And I feel like my hands are tied a little bit and it's not clear the order or sequence of things. So that for me puts me ill at ease. So I've been thinking about how do I fix it so it works for me and then I can be my best. But that didn't happen until after I hit my spiritual reset button, because then I just started feeling, sorry for myself. And that's never good. And I want to do it again now because it's that important. I say this all the time. And I did write it down because I just say it so fast and quickly. And immediately it's like a breath of fresh air flowing through me that sometimes I have to stop and really think about what I just said. When I need help recentering, or just, this is the asking for help. I think in every video at some point I've said, your spirit team needs you to ask for help because we all have free will. So this is how I do it. Mother, Father, God, spirit guides and guardians, be with me today, surround, guide, and protect. Intervene in all areas of my life. Help me to see with clarity the truth of people and situations around me. I'm going to say that again. Help me to see with clarity the truth of people and situations around me. Guide my words, thoughts, and deeds for the greatest good of all. With gratitude and love, I thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's important because those of us who tend to be or want to be trusting, sometimes we set ourselves up for failure because we are too trusting. And so this is a good way to still be that caring and loving person as much as possible without falling prey to anyone else's nefarious intentions. Okay. All right. So on to the reading portion of the show. Woohoo! Okay. Hold on. Lovely. All right. So I am very, very drawn to this deck right now. So we're going to start with a general card pull for the energy of the day. And I am using make sure I got this where everybody can see it, the Light Seer Tarot. Okay, this is the pocket version. And this is a very popular deck among a lot of readers. As you all hopefully know, and for those of you who are new who don't, I'm not a card reader. So it might seem like a sloppy shuffle and a sloppy not the value of the card read, but I am an energy reader. And I pull my information from spirit, guardians, guides, or if a crossed spirit shows up, then do that too. The cards for general readings, and remember, this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone. Parts of it will, parts of it won't. But take what's yours, leave the rest, as the saying goes, and just understand that I do read them a little differently, okay? So it's a jumping off point. All right, and they said that's enough. All right. All right. My hands are so, I think my fingerprints have worn off. It's so freaking cold. All right. What is it you need us to see? What is the message? Guide and direct me, please. Guide and direct me, please. What is the message? Where do you want us to start for the dominant energy of today? I just heard that's enough. Okay. Well. This came up yesterday. The card is, let me do it this way. The card is the Lovers. Interesting. And these, sometimes it's a very loving union in the image. This one is just straight up passion. Well, good for someone. Straight up passion can be all right as long as it's not dysfunctional. Man, I gotta stop putting caveats on everything. You all are smart. You know what it is. Tell me what I need to know about this. Oh. They're saying just be prepared for change. Swift change. And that's been coming up over and over again. We're in the season of change. What I'm getting about change, though, so it's not just, hey, change is coming. Yeah, okay, so change is always coming. But this is a little different. Mid-month, around the 15th, that's when the door opened. And the kind of butterflies started to crack out of its cocoon from being a caterpillar. Okay, so it's no longer in that chrysalis stage. I think I got that stage right. Well, anyway, it's not in its little pod. So the shell was broken open around the 15th. Something shifted, whether it was an internal shift or an outside of yourself shift or shift just in the general energy. I'm hearing something about planetary energy, planetary shifts, and people were picking up on that. Not an astrologer, so for those of you who are, there was some planetary shift. But this and the energy for today means things are coming into fruition. Something has been set in motion that will make you see yourself differently, and it will be empowering. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to go out and find the love of your life. It might, but it might also mean, I feel like it's more of an internal shift where all of a sudden you realize, I know what I deserve. I know what I'm worth. If no one else gets it, I know, and I'm going to take care of me. But it's more, and it's not that turned in, but that's where it starts. And all of a sudden you start attracting, oh, this is what they want me to, if I tap my ear, it's like, because there's pressure, so I know, they kind of, this is the ear where I get my information. This is where it comes in and it opens up. And another thing for some of you, if you're beginning your process with mediumship, when there is a spirit around that was in a human life and then moved into spirit that is coming over to communicate, very often my nasal passages will flare open. Almost, I call it wasabi nose, if any of you have had too much wasabi. So, but for psychic information, this is the side of my head where it all comes in. That's just a little how-to tip. Be aware of your own body. It's going to be, it will be different for every single person. No, there's not any one set way to do this work, okay? All right, so anyway, back to it. The chrysalis is cracked. You're coming into your own. It's an internal job you're doing here, an internal work, but it's going to provide you and start drawing to you the things that resonate with how you see yourself. Wow, that's it. You are at the point, and the energetic shift is that you will start manifesting things that reflect how you feel about yourself. This is a time for you to be incredibly careful about your self-talk, about how you think of yourself, in what terms you use. Honey, I don't care if you fake it till you make it. You come up with some good language about yourself. All right, you come up with a list of mantras, even write those things down. And I almost use a really bad word because it was a lot of emphasis I want to put on this, but I won't. But it makes me laugh when I say it. curse words make me laugh. If they're not said in anger, they just sound funny to me, so they make me laugh. Anyway, I know that's weird. I think it is, but so I'm thinking it, and that's why I'm laughing. You write those down on a list, insert whatever words you want there, those blessed words or those, and then look at them daily. Put it up on your mirror. Do all those old affirmation things that we were taught way back when. And if you're a young person, then here you go. It's new. Affirmations work by repetition, and you have to believe them. And that's where the fake it till you make it comes in. Now, that doesn't mean you can go out and treat people horribly, but tell yourself, I am a loving, caring person, and then you go and sabotage someone. No. Those actions are going to speak a whole lot louder than those words. So make sure your actions and your words match up. Because this energetic shift that's happening smack on today is that you are going to draw to you the things that reflect how you feel about yourself. All right. One more card, and then I think we've got something stepping in. We've got some energy, I think we may have a spirit stepping in, but we need to do this. All right, they're saying just take the first one off the top. And this deck is the Deanna. Oh, I forgot to bring my glasses out. Well, anyway, I know it's Deanna Riddick. I can't remember the middle or hyphenated name. But it's the Higher Self Oracle. So, Higher Self Oracle. And I love this deck. First one on top. We had this card the other day. And then where I'm from, other day means usually around between yesterday and a 3-day range. 3 or 4 day range. Usually 3. All right, forgiveness. So, the fake it till you make it and making your list of words to describe who you are and how you feel about yourself. It may involve you forgiving yourself. Part of it will be forgiving yourself for things that you had no control over to begin with. You didn't have any control if someone, if somebody used your good nature against you, but now you've learned the lesson, and if you're duped again, it's that, what is that old saying? They're saying use this with caution because I don't want it to come across, and they don't want it to come across as putting anyone down, but at the same time, it's just being aware. You can't always be a victim and then complain about being a victim. So at some point, you got to step up. And the phrase is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So, sometimes that might be third or fourth down the line, then shame on me. Because, you want to give people chances and benefit of the doubt. But if somebody shows you who they are, oh, wow, this is really what they want. Somebody's got a female. Okay, I know who she is coming through now. She's the one giving me this information. This is some tough love, old school mama stepping in. And so if someone shows you who they are, believe it the first time. Okay? Your good nature is a good thing to have for people who step up and do what they say. All right. Now, let me. Who are you, and what is your message? I need you to just. I'm talking to the spirit. Who are you? Can you give me a name? Oh, this is an old school name. It's got an O, like. Odell is a man's name, and it's not Ophelia. It sounds like Ophelia and Odella. I think it's Odella. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting dizzy. So yeah, she's saying close enough. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So a woman with an Odella sounding name. She's Gullah. Whoa, that is so. Oh, thank you for coming through. I love that. Okay, for those of you who don't know, in the American South in South Carolina, some of the people who lived there are part, and they're still there, are part of what's called the Gullah culture. And it's steeped in tradition, and it is a group of people with slave origins. So And they have managed to maintain, because the community has stayed so tight. And I'm not a historian, so please, if I got it wrong, just bear with me, okay? I'm doing the best I can. But they have tightly interwoven. Oh, and she's showing me a basket. And that's where, yeah, because they're also famous for their basket weave work, because of these people kept a lot of their African traditions, but incorporated them in such a way, both spiritual and craft-wise and all those things, that even through slavery, they managed to maintain a cultural identity. Okay, so, all right, that's enough history. Come on, let's get to it. I like her a lot. All right, what is it that you want someone to know? Oh, what I just said. Okay, I like that. Direct. Come on, tell me more. So, okay, she is telling me she was an older woman when she died. She used to always be very kind of, we'll say, a beefy woman, a hearty woman. Okay, but when she died, she was rail thin. She had lost so much weight. She was emaciated, and she hated that because she felt like she didn't look good any longer. But she knew how brightly her soul shined. She was a metaphysical practitioner. She really was. She may not have called it that, but she was. Oh, I'm sorry. She still is. Yes, I do know that. And I need to call her ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, mind your manners. Absolutely. Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Understand that your worth is not wrapped up. Okay, this is what I'm just going to let her talk. Now, you can change the wording a little bit to meet your needs, but because this isn't a boy like a kid, but she's saying that boy did not serve you or was not good for you. You had to let him go. The Lord saved you from a bad situation, going from bad to worse. Let him go in your heart and in your mind, because you have no room to bring someone else in if that little boy is still troubling you. Okay? She's talking to a relative. She's talking to a young, like, granddaughter or great-granddaughter who's just going through a breakup. The way this is coming across is, honey, you dodged a bullet. It's funny, I woke up with that phrase this morning. I woke up hearing, don't worry, you dodged a bullet. I keep hearing that. So, okay, so she must have been hanging around with me a little while, and she's probably the one that reminded me, you better say your reset prayer. And I immediately felt better, so please do that too. Okay, she died from a disease. It was cancer, but it was also, but what actually took her over was, it might have been during COVID. Well, darn it. Because it feels like there was a upper respiratory tract failure, but she was in the process of leaving this world anyway, and it just hastened it a little, but she was rail thin and she was ready to go. She just didn't want to leave people because she was worried about how they would she was the matriarch. I believe she was in her 80s. I'm getting like 82 to 88. I know I feel like she was around that 82, 83 range, 84 max. The number 88 is important. So that number is significant related to her for someone. 88. And also the infinity symbol if you turn it on its side. Someone may have a necklace that is like a Christian cross necklace, but it looks like two infinity symbols, one upright, one turned horizontally so that they form a cross, but they're actually two figure eights, two infinity symbols. So someone may have a pendant that looks like that, or I think it's a pendant, but there's also like images, statue, maybe like a print or a little figurine or something of that. I don't know, but it's definitely like a figure eight infinity in two directions to form a cross. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, thank you. She said, no, you did a good job. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Love South Carolina. Love the Charleston area. It's beautiful. Almost moved there one time. Very close to moving there one time. Clearly I'm not there. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? What else have we got? Okay, I pulled this deck out because I felt very drawn to it. Okay, we got another Spirit coming through. This one's male. Oh, God love him. You know, this one's for me. His name's Fred. He was a spirit that was attached to my last workplace that ended up, you know, I saw people's reality, and they ended up being very kind and nice to me. But at the beginning, it was difficult. And, you know, I went on blazing a trail, kind of, because I was changing up everything, and I think it was too much too fast. So that was my part in it, too. And I also believed some things that people fed me that I had to find out and debunk for myself. But so be careful. Listen to your own gut, not what other people tell you. And that was a long time ago. So, but there was a spirit there named Fred. And he had been a worker there in the 1910s. Oh, it's so good to hear from you, Fred. He's giving me a personal message. It's okay to say it out loud because other people will resonate. There's someone else who needs to hear this too, so it's not just for me. If you are starting a new job, or you're in a new job, or starting a second career, or whatever, give yourself time to adjust. Try not to be impatient with yourself or others. You strive for perfection, and that makes you want to know things instantaneously, which some of us are pretty good at, but we have to understand that other people do things differently, and until we have our own, just be patient with yourself. You know what you're doing. Don't get frustrated or snippy because you feel like things are not happening the way you want them to happen. They will, and you will be back to your own in-charge self soon. Thank you, Fred. Thank you. And his name really was Fred. I was able to validate him. And I even found an old picture of him. I don't have it now, but thank you, Fred. Lovely. Oh, lovely. When I left that place, I had to make sure and say a special goodbye. And I told him he could always come around, and he has. So thank you. All right. Real quickly, one last one, and then we'll call it a morning. This is the old style Lenormand. Okay, it's a slightly different take on. It's not really tarot. It's a totally different divination card system, and all of these started out as playing cards anyway. All right, these fell over. Interesting. Should I take these or put them back? Leave the one on top, put the rest back. Okay. So the first one we have is the child card. That goes along with what Fred was talking about. It can be a child, but it also can mean, and for me, it can mean new starts, new beginnings, looking at things with the freshness and wonderment of that a child, the way a child looks at things through a child's eyes, brand new. All right, now these I need to take. All right, we are moving into love. We're moving into the love reading. Woo! All right. So, child, new beginnings. Because if you just look at it literally, that could be kind of creepy. Because the next one is man looking straight at the child, like, no, we're not going there. But this is look at things with the fresh approach of new eyes. So don't walk in jaded, expecting the worst, blah, blah, blah. What I'm hearing is just give people a chance. If they give you a reason to not trust them, okay. But everybody is different, okay? Man, that's what we need to, and that could be man or woman. It's just, there's I feel like this is a situation that will come to you. There will be a dominant energy coming into you. And if you are a dominant energy, for once, you won't have to do all the work. That's what I'm getting from this. And the last one would be lilies. And lilies are a very specific kind of flower. And for me, I always think of them as kind of funereal, so it's a hard switch for me, but that's not what they mean in this instance or in this deck. Lilies, and they're different from the bouquet or the garden. Lilies or the clover, lilies for me represent love and commitment, love and integrity. In this instance, it's integrity, because there's a beginning. Man, I'm so dry. Give the benefit of the doubt. Everybody has a story to tell. Understand the other person's story. And then understand that this feels like this could be someone with integrity. So that's important to know. And like Adela said, when people show you who they are, trust it. And that's not just for the negative, but that's for the positive. If someone consistently comes through, if someone is consistently trustworthy, if someone is consistently considerate, and we all have bad days and snippy moments, but then trust it until they give you a reason not to. But don't sit picking it apart and waiting for it. Okay? All right, I think that's it for today. Is that it? Are we good? Yes. Okay. And I was debating, I really am kind of tired, you all, but they're telling me, no, go take care of yourself. It's time for me to hit the physical reset button. So I need to do something active and physical before I have to jump right into work stuff. So even though I would like nothing more than to just sit and veg for a minute, I think I'm going to have to at least pull out my little hand weights or something. So, all right. Thank you for being here. I love all of you. You're perfect souls. Use your discernment. Make yourself a priority and get those affirmations down. And think about your spiritual reset button, whatever that might be for you, that is a positive one. Thank you. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.